Well, the weather has finally started to take a turn here on my side of the island of Newfoundland. Last week we had 3 days of snow, which stayed on the ground, and it was miserably cold. But looks like from here on in, our daytime temperatures, 6, 7, possibly 8. Today's a great day. And nighttime will still be chilly, -1, zeros. But that's okay. It's time I can get out here and get going, and it's wonderful. So I'm feeling spring-like today. The first two vegetables that I plant is actually 6 weeks before my last frost date. So I can start anytime now, but I got to prep some beds. And that is my fava beans, or broad beans, and my peas. They can go out this early, and that's what I like to. Now, some people can overwinter their fava beans. I don't bother. You've got fava beans, really don't take maybe 3 months, 90 days. But if you overwinter, you're looking at, 200 plus days, 240 days or so. Plus, I've never tried it. My winters, if a plant tries to come up and grow a bit, then they can get quite hurt when frost comes. And then here in Newfoundland, being a moderate climate because we're on the ocean, we can get beautiful warm sunny days, and the plants, my tulips were popping up in, I don't know if it was January, and then they die. So I just do my fava beans early spring. So that I have to decide which area I'm going to grow those this year. Fava beans aren't the same as green beans. They're of the member of the vetch genus. And the beans I don't plant until June 1st. But fava beans are a little different. So where am I going to put these this year? I think it's going to be the area over here where I had a lot of potatoes last year. Now, some of my potatoes had a fair amount of wireworms, so I'm not putting potatoes there this year. So it's a great space for me to put a lot of my fava beans. I probably plant about 50 plants, maybe more even this year. Times are getting more interesting and more important for us to grow as much food as we can. And I think I'll put some peas there too. If I can find my wheelbarrow and dig it out, I like to do a mix of sheep manure and 3-in-1. And I'll just top that on top of what I've done with all these beds. There's already a layer of seaweed and a layer of manure, sheep manure, which has sat over all winter. So now I just top up with another 2 to 3 inches of a mixed soil. Well, I dug out the wheelbarrow, but I'm afraid I've got the lazy man's load. It's too heavy. Now I'll tidy this up later. I do need to edge this whole bed up here, but I think this is where I'll put my fava beans and maybe peas, but I'll have to come back up with a structure for the peas once they start growing. And I'm not sure what vegetables. This is kind of a nice large space. It just has to be all topped up. I don't know if you can see, there's a big ocean liner out there. Probably looks like nothing to you. So sometime in the coming week, I'll get those first vegetables out. Now I'm going to grab my son, and I know there's some old alders, really is what it is, dead ones that I'm going to bring up for our fire pit. We'll have a fire tonight. And I'll go inside. There's plants that need to go from my windowsills to make room for space for, particularly my squash plants, need full sun on those windowsills. So I'll get at that.
Oh, thanks. What a driver. Okay, go that way. Yeah.
This wicker seat we found in Ontario so many years ago. I don't know if it was at a yard sale or the side of the road, and we've just never had a cushion for it. It was very large, so not ones you can even buy in a store. So Bruce took a stencil of the seat sort of thing, took it to an upholsterer, and we bought some red material. And now we have a lovely red cushion and can finally use it. It's been up in the loft for so many years. Well, it sure feels good to get outdoors. Last week was a very wintry week. So this is what I'm talking about. Whatever's dead that we can haul out, see the big logs? And then Dad can chop them or something?
What?
We're going to drag it.
There's a lot.
It's time for me to get rid of some plants and make space for some new ones that are important for outside. And that's important sun space. This Italian parsley plant is very old and it will soon go to seed. It's a biannual. And I will dry this. I won't waste anything. I'll dry these. Oh yeah, here's the tougher stems coming now, which will go to seed right here. But I'll dry these. Waste not, want not. And put the soil outdoors in one of my beds. Again, I won't waste any of it, but I'll pin these up and dry it for dried parsley. That I'll just throw into a meal today. And I always reuse or recycle bread ties. Parsley. Because once your herbs dry, you really can sometimes have a hard time knowing what's what. You can see how much my eggplant like this window. And I'll pull out these green onions today. I might put more in, I'm not sure. These were from sets. But they're getting a bit long and gangly here, so I'll cook with those. My peppers that are for indoors to upstairs. My mint brought upstairs. My lettuce, I'll have to pick some of that. Rosemary, and this is an old pepper plant, but it's starting to get some flowers. See if they can hang on yet. It's good for kindling anyway, right? And there's a few big logs there. Yeah. We got that down the end of the driveway. And it looks nice and clean down there now. So I'll get something for us to cook. And do you want some wine?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to relax by this fire. Enjoy this beautiful day. I've got my smoky coat on for the smoke. Glass of wine. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. We'll see you soon.